What I do know is this, that there was an extensive, as you know, Brett, investigation by the FBI under the direction of a wonderful and tough career public servant, Jim Comey. He's somebody with the highest standards of integrity.
I think Director Comey could not have been more exhaustive.
I am grateful for the professionalism of the FBI and the Department of Justice.
This is a great man. We are very privileged in our country to have him be the director of the FBI.
No one can question the integrity, the competence.
So, Senator, it does seem like they've completely flipped on Jim Comey. He was a great American when he decided not to prosecute Hillary Clinton.
Andrea, you're known by your deeds and your words and what you do every day. I mean, one day, the people in my state could hold me in high esteem, and if I do something that's wrong and unfair and biased, that would send the words about me plummeting in the wrong direction. So the fact is that here he is, coming out a few days before the election with this very odd kind of a letter. And he said it could be misconstrued. And yes, it could be. This could be nothing more than the storage of all the emails that they've already looked at. This could be just all duplicative. Why not wait? Why not wait? And again, it's protocol. We have it at the Ethics Committee. We have had it at Justice Department. You don't put your finger on the scale. And here's why it's so critical. We are having an election that's about the heart and soul of this country. Donald Trump, an admitted, frankly, a serial sex abuser in his own words, a man who's called women pigs and dogs and all the rest, has gone after veterans, disabled people, everybody, Mexican Americans, immigrants. It doesn't stop. And now we're talking about something that really has no facts behind it. So I think we've got to get back to this election. Everything's on the ballot, as Hillary says.
Estoy muy decepcionada de los Estados Unidos. ¿Por qué me hicieron esto? ¿Por qué?
Why don't you catch us up, if people hadn't had a chance to see your show last night, and what sort of follow-up you've had today?
Hey, Dana. Two sources with intimate knowledge of the investigations, because you have the email investigation that's run by the National Security Division of the FBI and the Clinton Foundation investigation that's run by the White Collar Crime Division, the Public Corruption Branch of the FBI. They have been going on, the Clinton Foundation investigation, despite some reports that it had stopped. It never stopped, and it continued, and it has been wide-ranging, involving 4 different offices of the FBI. It is being run out of the New York office, actually. They characterized the information coming in as flowing in because they have new information coming from the WikiLeaks emails that are showing some interaction between the Clinton Foundation and the time at the State Department, not only with Secretary Clinton, but you have also the emails about Huma Abedin, Cheryl Mills, who both at one time or another were at least tangentially taking paychecks from both the State Department and the Foundation, or Teneo, the company that's tied to the Foundation. They don't eliminate the fact that there is a split inside the FBI, not only between the FBI and the DOJ on how this is moving forward and the extent to which they believe it is substantial, but there's also a split within the FBI.
Hold it now.
Law enforcement and intelligence sources tell NBC News today the FBI has been conducting a preliminary inquiry of Donald Trump's former campaign manager, Paul Manafort, and his foreign business connections. When NBC News asked the FBI to comment on the inquiry, the FBI did not respond. Paul Manafort was reportedly paid $12.7 million in cash by pro-Russian politicians in the Ukraine. And NBC News can also report what some call disturbing ties to 2 oligarchs, one Ukrainian, one Russian.
What would it take for Trump to lose your vote? Nothing. There's nothing he could do to lose my vote.
What do you have to do to lose my vote? Be a socialist like Bernie or be a criminal like Hillary?
Okay, so Brett Baer's got a couple of sources inside the FBI that says with 99% accuracy, Hillary Clinton and the Clinton server was hacked by at least 5 foreign agencies, and the information was taken from it. Doesn't that, if she's elected president of the United States, doesn't that really open up President Clinton to blackmail by these 5 countries?
Absolutely it does. I mean, the concern I've had all along is she has had 7 special access programs on these devices. Those are the most classified, sensitive secrets in the federal government, many of them covert operations. She took those devices overseas against the State Department's wishes, and now we find out, as James Comey told me previously, that it's very likely that foreign adversary nations got into her private server. This is why you have security protocols, to protect classified information. She exposed it to our enemies, and now, Steve, our adversaries have this very sensitive information that not only jeopardizes her and national security at home, but the men and women serving overseas. This is, in my opinion, quite frankly, it's treason.
Chairman, on top of that, we understand the president was communicating to that server using an alias, although he didn't tell the truth to 60 Minutes Steve Croft and others when asked when he found out about the private server. What are the implications of the president communicating with the Secretary of State on an unsecure server now that we know this hacked 5 times?
Well, now the American people know why this was such a big deal. It should be in a protected environment. It wasn't. It was created to get around the Freedom of Information Act because she didn't want to be transparent to the American people. Now it's vulnerable to a cyber attack. Looks like it was. And now countries like Russia and China and Iran have the most highly sensitive programs in the United States. And the President of the United States is communicating with her under a pseudonym.
Hillary says, I understand your anger, but answers are better than anger. And he says, oh, no, they're not. I need you to be really mad here. Otherwise, you might start thinking and I'd be in trouble.
That was Bill Clinton on the trail yesterday in Iowa. What'd you think, Joe?
Well, it's just, I can't believe how arrogant that approach was. And they are so off-key, they're getting more concerned. I mean, Bill Clinton saying Donald Trump's problem is that millions and millions of voters may start thinking. And he's a guy from the South who understands what make America, talks about they're angry at all these. No, they aren't angry at all these other people. They're angry at people like Bill Clinton. They're angry at people like Hillary Clinton. They're angry at people like George W. Bush. They're angry at people like you and me. They're angry at the people they see as the establishment that don't understand their lives, don't understand what they have to do and their struggles day in and day out, and they don't think, for good reason, that Washington is connected to them. And that's exactly what's going on out there. And quite frankly, for a guy like Bill Clinton, who has been as good on the stump and been as connected to white working class voters as he has over the past half century, to say, oh, Donald Trump's in trouble if these people start thinking, suggests that millions and millions of people out there are just too stupid to figure out what's in their best interest. And therein lies the same sort of arrogance that made Jimmy Carter's White House cheer when Ronald Reagan won the Republican nomination.
And then you got this knucklehead. With the hair and the 100-foot wall. Bring that picture back. I tell you something, whenever I get in a bad mood, I just picture his big, fat, orange Oompa Loompa face, and I just piss my pants.
Okay, 44% Donald Trump. 41% Hillary Clinton. Okay, panic time. So now we go to Pennsylvania. Okay, still holding, not great number, but Monmouth, 48 Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, 44, 4-point lead there. Pennsylvania, same Susquehanna poll. God, what is wrong with me on the pronunciation? Okay, anyway, 45% Hillary Clinton, 43% Donald Trump. That's a 2-point lead in Pennsylvania. Jesus Christ, a 2-point lead in Pennsylvania. A 2-point lead in Pennsylvania. Is he the favorite? No. Does he have a significant chance of winning? Yes. If you understand polling, I'm not talking about just the last poll. I've been looking at all the polls. And she used to have an 8-point lead in Pennsylvania, a combination of the polls. She had plenty of polls where she was up by double digits in Pennsylvania. This is not good news. Then we go to Colorado. She's got to hold Colorado. She has to hold Colorado. 44% Hillary Clinton, 41% Donald Trump. That's a 3-point lead for Hillary Clinton, according to Emerson. University of Denver, 42-41 Hillary Clinton. That's a 1-point lead within the margin of error. This thing is slip-sliding away. She might hold on for dear life. We've only got 5 days left. And that's what I said would happen, but I don't want that to happen. I don't want to take any chances with this kind of monstrosity. I don't want to roll dice with the Republic. And that's right now where we are. So this is a possible disaster in the making. If you think it can't happen, that's only because of your own perspective. I don't want to say bias. I mean, if you're worried about Donald Trump, you're goddamn right to be worried. Okay, the facts bear that out, whether it's his horrible bigoted positions, sexist positions, the list goes on, or his buffoonish incompetence. You are right. Those are facts. I've shown it to you over and over again. That doesn't mean he's going to lose. We also had another buffoon who won 2 elections, kind of. George W. Bush was president for 8 years, sent us on a disastrous path. Okay, how about New Hampshire? Why am I putting New Hampshire back on the board? Last 2 polls. You know what? Let me go to 69 first. That's the Boston Globe Suffolk poll. Tied. Hillary Clinton, 42. Donald Trump, 42. Oh, boy. Well, maybe the last one, the ARG, will give you a ray of hope. Wrong. Donald Trump, 48. Hillary Clinton, 43. Trump up by 5. So let me explain this. If he takes Florida and Ohio's gone, all the polls, Trump. He's going to win Ohio. Florida, back and forth. Veritable tie. Gee, when have I seen that before? North Carolina, she has hung on to a lead for a surprisingly long time there. She's done much better than even I expected, okay, or a lot of people expected. But now her lead is gone. At best, it's a tie, okay? So if he wins those, which are enormously possible, let's put it that way, okay? Very likely in Ohio, and then it could go either way in Florida and North Carolina, right? If he wins those, and he wins just New Hampshire, he's the president.